what I learned from clearing my great aunt Ruth's footstone is that using the hand shovel, the little garden shovel, it works, it's effective, but it's pretty taxing. So I went and grabbed just a hole digger. I'm gonna still dig around the next footstone, and I'm gonna do that for the rest of the footstone. So I have great-great-grandfather George B. Norton and Mary Norton right here, and then Mamie Matt Norton Yarbrough and the Reverend William Shaw Yarbrough, and then my grandparents and great aunt and uncle are on the other side of the Yarbrough headstone. Okay, now that I'm done, I'm gonna just brush off the dirt a little bit. Notice this marker is very, very similar to my great aunt Ruth's, and George B. Norton passed in 1932. My great aunt passed in 2002. So quite a few years difference, 90 years. This is from Mary Norton, Mary E. Norton. She passed in 1936. Her husband had passed in 1932. Great grandma. And then over here is Mamie Matt Norton Yarbrough. That is who my Aunt Mamie is named after. Great grandma Mamie, she lived at my grandparents' house. Her husband, we'll get to him in a minute. He passed in 1941. She lived 30 years more till 1971. And she just lived with the family. Now I've dug around these two stones for Mary Norton and Mamie Matt Norton Yarbrough. And I'm just gonna brush them off for now, and they'll be ready to be cleaned. This is the Reverend William Shaw Yarbrough. I have kind of edged out the perimeter here. Okay, this one was the most fussy with the roots for the grass, was the most difficult to pull up and get out of the way. And it makes sense because this marker was placed in 1941, so you've had 80 years for grass to grow undisturbed. Okay, now here's this section of stones that have been cleared around the edges. First, you're going to wet the stone. So let's see if we can repeat the process faster, more efficiently. When you're working with algae and all this other stuff, it's probably good to wear one of your masks and get to scrubbing. Some of the edge, again, try not to get the dirt going anywhere. I've heard some say do circular patterns. That agitates it even more. It's just harder to do with this brush. It takes a little bit more effort. All right. let's rinse and see how that goes. Here's some goals. Here's where we are. Another rinse. Losing sunlight. Alright, here I am finishing up Mary Norton's stone. So Mary Norton's stone, hers is the one that I just cleaned with dish soap and water and a brush. And then you could see Mamie Matt Norton Yarbrough's. Hers is right below and it has not yet been cleaned. So there's the difference. These old stones, that was placed in 1936. It's not getting as white as the marble from Great Aunt Ruth. But that's not expected. If you want it to get whiter, to remove those stains, you probably have to use some kind of solution or a poultice. Start on this side. Just gonna move on directly to the Reverend great-great-grandpa. No, great-grandpa, sorry. Just great. So this is the oldest marker place in 1932. There is still room for improvement, but most of the top surface stains, or the top surface stuff that's on top, has been washed away. Is it bright white yet?